Canva is an app designed for, design. It is a user-friendly graphic design tool that allows users to assemble graphics from pre-made assets. Melanie Perkins, co-founder of Canva, witnessed firsthand how huge the learning curve was for most accepted graphic design software made by the likes of Adobe and Microsoft. In response, Canva was founded in 2010 alongside co-founders Cliff Obrick and Cameron Adams. Canva exists as both a website and a mobile application, with most features available on both versions. The idea was to, quote, take the entire design ecosystem, integrate it into one page, and then make it accessible to the whole world. This meant that anyone at any skill level could output great designs with some help from the minds behind Canva. So, how did the Canva team achieve their mission? Is Canva really accessible to the whole world? Before we discuss how Canva achieves its goal, it's worth taking a look at the design process from the perspective of the user. Canva is a very functional tool, and users usually come in with a goal in mind. For the purposes of this video essay, we will examine how the Canva app is built to allow users to achieve said goal. When first entering the app, the user is met with the main menu. The homepage employs visual elements common in other apps, like the plus button to create a new design, a scrolling menu that contains more scrolling menus, and a universal search bar at the top. As the user scrolls, they see lots of different templates, ideas, and links to blogs written by the site's team to help any beginner get started. Canva was built for efficiency, so the site relies heavily on showing the user many different ideas for designs so as to produce something as quickly as possible. Aspects like these and their positions in the interface are hints that intuitively let the user know what to do, where to go, and what does what. Looking at the design screen, the user is met with a similar but different layout. The bar at the top contains tools native to other computer software like an undo button, a sharing button, and the file option. The plus button is moved to the bottom left and now opens up a menu containing different tabs like elements, photos, and text. These different tabs allow the user to drag graphic elements onto the main part of the screen, which contains the canvas upon which the design is assembled. The user knows which tab is currently being displayed because it is highlighted on the navigation bar at the bottom. This navigation bar contains many more tabs and is very advanced. Still, the main sections are easy for users to find while still facilitating experimentation with other more advanced features like logo creation and third-party app integration. This here is a basic demonstration of creating and editing a design element, and although this example is very simple, this is the foundation upon which the entire app is built upon. One part of ethical design principles is that user interface design should make its users feel comfortable. Unethical design, on the other hand, may leave its users feeling alienated from the rest of the software. Looking at Canva, the designs of both the app and the website are sleek yet simple, which conveys the user-friendliness of the software. On the homepage of the website, the words, "What will you design?" are the biggest text on the screen. Adobe products, on the other hand, tend to be the opposite, confusing and convoluted with a high learning curve and a bland interface. Canva instead carries the same feeling and, frankly, breathability as other commonly used apps and software, while still feeling like a professional tool, helping to instill a professional mindset in its users. A user's mindset sets the framework for a creative mind and can influence how users feel about the app and what they design. Features like the navigation bar and scrolling menu are widely used across many apps. Notice how Gmail and Netflix also have navigation bars and a floating button in the bottom right. The scrolling menu on Netflix is the same kind found on the Canva homepage. The integration of these features into Canva's user's interface makes the app feel intuitive and familiar. The Canva brand is recognizable by its blue and purple color palette and gradient. Color theory is an important element of creating a feeling, since certain colors have certain connotations that can be used to one's advantage. The color scheme here consists of cool colors that convey feelings of calmness and peace. Canva looks nothing like traditional graphic design software, and yet it does such a good job at conveying its rhetorical meaning through both visuals and text that it feels natural and ethical. By shifting the focus away from user-made graphics and towards pre-made graphics, Canva emphasizes time and accessibility, especially for people with little to no artistic experience. Features like templates and text presets streamline the design process and allow anyone to pump out a flyer, an Instagram post, or even a t-shirt in minutes. This shows that the creators of Canva understand the needs of their user base. In an era of the internet where everything is fast-paced, it only makes sense that graphic design becomes a streamlined process as well. It is also worth noting how useful the app is as a learning tool. The Design School section of the homepage shares free graphic design knowledge with all its users. This again shows that the Canva team understands what its user base needs. The app's awareness of its audience attracts both novice and experienced graphic designers. The software is used for community, recreational, and business purposes by all kinds of people. This is due in part to the ease of accessibility and usability regardless of the user's skill level. To demonstrate the versatility of this software, the visuals for this video essay were actually put together entirely on Canva. All of the graphics and most of the images come from the software. Overall, Canva is a very accessible piece of software. It must be remembered that accessibility also includes other situations not related to disabilities, like people with low literacy or fluency, users with an unstable internet connection, new and infrequent users, and users on mobile devices. Canva streamlines the design process to be very visual, so language is not a large barrier to accessing the app. The fact that there is both an app and a website means users can use the software from anywhere. The app also locks designs when internet connection is poor so that progress is not lost. And of course, as already mentioned, Canva is readily accessible to new users. Where Canva fails to be inclusive is when it comes to people with disabilities. The graphic design process itself relies heavily on visual perception, so for the sake of this video essay, I will not be discussing people whose impairments limit them from designing in the first place. Unlike interactions with a web page, which can be made possible even without seeing the web page, the design process involves making multiple complex decisions based on spatial information and evaluating those decisions on the fly. This is simply not possible for instance, a completely blind person to do, no matter the software. That being said, the Canva software itself does have some shortcomings of its own that can be fixed using multimodal solutions. By recognizing the ways in which information can be conveyed through different media and senses, problems surrounding accessibility can be circumvented. For example, when selecting colors, a colorblind person may not know which color is being selected or if it looks good with the rest of the design because there are no color tags when picking a color. This can be easily amended with some tags on the spectrum of colors or implementing preset color palettes that a colorblind person can trust will look good. Another problem is that Canva does not currently have alt text functionality for images. The app allows for the editing of documents and PDF files, which can themselves contain images. Alt text for those images is especially important for those with visual impairments. People who create designs and documents using Canva also have to make sure that their designs are accessible and inclusive. This can be fixed by adding the functionality when exporting designs as PDFs or other non-image formats. By making Canva even more accessible to a wider audience, the app will get closer and closer to accomplishing its mission of making graphic design available to the whole world. Thank you.